Yeah, I'm about to step in the ring for the fight of my life. Hit my knees and I strap on my gloves.
A strong mindset equals a fulfilled life. I was somebody, you guys, who played baseball my entire life up until the age of about 18 years old. When I was 3 years old, that's when I started. And then when I was 18, that's when I ended. My dad would bring me and my brother to the baseball fields. And he would just be hitting us ground balls and fly balls and getting us ready for a game, a tryout, or just practicing. But the thing is what he would do is, I'm in New York, so it gets colder. January, February, it's pretty fucking cold over here. He would bring us to the field, and it would be anywhere from 20 to 35 degrees outside. There would sometimes even be snow still on the ground. He would bring us to the baseball fields, and he would just hit us ground balls and fly balls. And he knew that in order for us to get an edge on our competition, we would have to have a strong mindset. And the way that we developed and strengthened our mindset was in harsh weather conditions when we were practicing. And my dad knew this. And this gave me and my brother a mental edge against everybody else that we were playing with, because we knew that we were going to be better than them because we were able to withstand more than them. And that's the thing, you guys. Instilling discipline, inflicting discomfort onto yourself is how you do it. You start to build that resilience, that discipline, that self-confidence that no one can touch me because I've been through this. And you carry that with you. And that's what gives you that edge. It's confidence. But you guys can't win a game. You guys can't make this life worthy if you're not putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. My dad knew this because my dad also trained in martial arts, so he had a background in martial arts, and they would put him in similar scenarios. So what he did was he combined the mentality with martial arts with baseball for me and my brother. And it actually worked because now we were able to withstand discomfort and withstand this pressure, withstand the abilities for our brain to say, let's get the fuck out of here. And at the same time saying, let's stay and actually field this ground ball. So it's like this tug back and forth, and you're able to now develop this assertiveness within yourself of, I'm going to get this done. And there's not a damn thing that my brain can do about it. As much as your mind tries to convince you not to get up out of bed, eat that healthy food, hit the gym after work when you're just tired. As much as your mind will try to convince you of these lies, your ability to say, no, I'm in control, we're going anyway because I said so, and this is my goal, and this is who I choose to be. That is what does it, you guys. So many people, they start their fitness journey and then they just give in to temptation because they don't have the strong mindset, guys. You can't live a fulfilled life because we as humans are always going to seek the path of least resistance. We're always going to want the easy way. When I was in high school growing up, I was a very skinny kid. I lacked confidence with myself. And because of that, I was drawn to this external validation. Alcohol, weed, food, sleeping. All of these were escape routes that I would go towards because it would make me feel different than how I originally was feeling. And the goal, you guys, is to be at that place and know how to get yourself into that fulfilled, positive, grateful state. And you can. And then what starts to happen is when you start to implement these actions that I teach you, you're going to be able to stay in that state. And then when you start to see your mind drift into that negative state, you could bring yourself right back into that positive one. Because once again, you cannot live a fulfilled life with a weak mindset. Strong mindset equals a fulfilled life. That's just how it is, you guys. There's people that come from the absolute bottom. There's someone out there in more of a worse position than you are right now who is actually doing more and has a better result than you do. But here you are complaining that you don't have the result, you don't have the resources, when there's someone who had more of a worse scenario than you did, and is more resourceful than you are. Meanwhile, you have more than they do. And you're still bitching about your scenario. It makes no sense. The reality is you have a weak mindset. Start to keep your word to yourself. Start to hold your promises to yourself. Guys, this is what does it. This is what has allowed me to gain this confidence, become quote unquote extroverted, which I don't even subscribe to these terms that we use in society. It's just me being comfortable with myself and proud of myself. So now I'm able to give that energy to other people because I've cultivated this self-belief in myself from these daily actions. So it's all a matter of you doing what it takes to build that relationship with yourself so that you don't seek external validation, so that you don't feel tugged for your desire to go and watch pornography, so you don't feel tugged by your desire to go and drink alcohol, so you don't feel tugged by your desire to just sleep and escape your reality. This is what it's all about, you guys. Building that relationship with self so that you don't even get called to go into external validations with, like I just said, alcohol, drugs, pornography, sleeping in. These are all ways for us to just chase comfort and escape our reality, but it ultimately makes our situation worse. Why? Because it makes us weaker. Straight up. It makes you weaker. And when you're weaker, life appears harder. Notice how I said appears. Because life, you guys, stays the same. The only thing is are we getting stronger or are we getting weaker? If we're getting weaker, life is going to appear worse than it actually is. If we're getting stronger, life is going to become more easier for us because we're stronger. The world is not as it is. The world is as you are. Strengthen yourself. Make this your year, you guys. We are still in January of 2025. Do not let 2026 January roll around and you are still looking the same, talking the same, acting the same, in the same position, hanging around the same people. Start to change your environment. Hang out with new people that aren't doing the drugs, that aren't smoking the weed, that aren't drinking the alcohol. And if you don't have anybody else, hit me up. Step into my community because I have a community of guys and girls where we just support each other. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, it's a matter of, are you going to take the steps necessary to get to where you want to be, feel how you want to feel, or not? You can choose to have this uphill battle with yourself, or you can choose to finally get out of your own way and start living life on your own terms. Would you rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world, or at war with yourself and at peace with the world? You want to be at peace with yourself because ultimately you could achieve all these nice things, but if you're at war with yourself, you can't see any of it. Because once again, the world is not as it is. The world is as you are. Make yourself proud of who you are. And then you will start to see, regardless of where you're at financially, you'll start to see the light in your life. Because now you're starting to be grateful, present. You'll start to see everything that you've ever wanted. And you'll start to realize it was inside of you the whole time. You were just choosing to ignore it with covering it up with drugs and alcohol and pornography. That's the reality of it. Guys, let's make this your year. Let's go.